So I want to talk about this year and what it's been like. It's been actually the most probably difficult year for me as an artist. And the funny thing, and it might be weird for some people, but for me it's not, is the passing of David Lynch earlier this year has kind of like slowly affected me even more over time and until recently because I realized that there is a beauty of uh, being online is that I can watch his videos and continue on taking in the knowledge that he has gifted us with all the things he has made available online. I think the big thing for me that happened this year is just I really unknowingly let social media and really just outside of my world kind of consume me, because the world is and specifically social media is a very negative place, and it's a place for people that thrive off of negativity to um, voice their negativity because that's what they think brings them joy, when in fact it is just complete darkness. And I kind of led myself down that a dark path. I kind of, and not with social media. I if you've noticed this year, specifically the past, I don't know, maybe 4 months, I've kind of been away, and that's on purpose. And I think the funny thing, I've noticed things actually have gotten worse with social media and things that have happened in the world and how people use social media because of those negative things. And even on top of that, something random happened is my Instagram account got hacked. And luckily I have a business suite account, so I actually like have it's like a, yeah, it's like, anyway, yeah, so they call it a business suite account. If I didn't have that, my account would have been gone out of my possession forever. I actually had to deal with Meta directly, and you can only do that by having a business suite account. So that took some time to get that back, and which I'm glad I have that back as well. But so recently, I've kind of went through some things where like I was trying to figure out what I was doing. Just like I was just so out of touch with kind of my own creative process, out of touch with what I was doing, just in general, what I was thinking, what I was going through. I tested some other paths, but actually that made things worse. And it was kind of like a full circle moment. Is I was just so kind of like down on a day where like I'm just gonna go lay down, and I had this dream, and I woke up, and I immediately was thinking, I was like, I knew what had happened to me this year. It was almost like the passing of David Lynch. I slowly like became out of touch with myself and the process of how I work and what he stood for, and the just how much he really influenced on what I was doing. So from there, I got up. I watched a specific video, and it really just like it awoken so much in my life. It kind of brought me fully back to where I belong. And the funny thing is, earlier this year, I created this thing called 9 Stops of Light. And I really realized that all of those lights have just been turned off. And I was not turning them on. And, just is really just I need to uh, really focus on my world, because my world is a very, very happy place, and so much creativity happens in my world. And I think when I was letting the outside in, it attacked every part of my inner happiness and inner peace, like a poison, like a virus. And all of a sudden I was having doubts, I was having negative thoughts. and and the great thing though is when you're at that kind of darkest level of complete darkness, there's only one way back, and that is, I think that's the great thing, is like when you're at that complete lowest level of darkness, there's only one way, and that's back up. And back up, and that's the great thing. And now everything has gotten better, and I'm starting to really. I think there's a lot of things involved with that. I'm rapidly approaching year 20 of Bsmitty.com, and I think this happening this year, going through that kind of like creative loss with David Lynch, and because there was this weird thing of knowing, like, I would always wonder like what he was creating. Yeah, I mean, I think when that was lost, I kind of realized that, like, man, that that thought process is gone. But the great thing is that there's all that content here, and that we can view, and I'm looking forward to creating a lot more things going forward. And with that being said, I'm happy to get things going again online, because even if it's, there's negativity online, there's just as much in the real world, and I don't let that affect me. So I just need to disregard what's going on online, because what I'm doing is what I'm doing, and what they're doing is what they're doing. So here's some photos that I've recently shot to end this video. I want to thank you for your continued support, because the cool thing is, I'm still getting like a lot of views and subscribers on here on YouTube and all that, which is pretty rad to see. And because I actually just didn't even open any of that stuff. I was just kind of just away, and I'm really hyped to kind of get things going again. And again, I appreciate the support, and I'll see you in the next video.